For any business that has a real physical location, like an event venue, a restaurant, maybe a showroom, there's this huge gap, right? A gap between people browsing online and those people actually walking through your door as customers. Today, we're going to look at a system designed to close that gap, to turn those online browsers into actual booked appointments by letting them truly experience your space from literally anywhere. And the company making this happen is Real Space Digital. Honestly, their whole mission is right there in their tagline: digitizing reality, elevating sales. It's all about building that bridge between the digital world and your physical space to make a real difference to your bottom line. So let's kick things off with a problem. A big one, actually, that a lot of businesses have but might not even realize it. It's something we can call the hidden revenue leak. I mean, really think about it. Maybe for your own business or for places you've looked at online. You've got this beautiful location, you're getting people to your website, but the bookings, they just don't quite match up with the interest. So where's the disconnect happening? Well, here's the heart of the issue. A potential customer lands on your site. They see a few pretty pictures, but they can't get a genuine feel for the space. They're forced to guess how it all fits together. And that tiny bit of guesswork, it creates hesitation. And in a world of split-second decisions, hesitation is an absolute conversion killer. It's this quiet, invisible leak, but it's draining away potential bookings every single day. So, how do you fix a leak like that? You have to make a pretty fundamental shift in how people experience your space online. It's all about moving them from just passively looking at pictures to actively exploring your space. The old way is what we're all used to, right? A bunch of flat photos that just create uncertainty. This leads to so many wasted in-person walkthroughs with people who aren't even a good fit. They just couldn't tell online. But the new way? It's about giving them an immersive digital twin of your space. They can literally walk through it virtually, building up confidence right from their couch, which means they're ready to book before they even think about scheduling a visit. And that's the key takeaway right there. Confidence is really the currency of conversion. When a customer can virtually explore every single corner, their questions get answered, that uncertainty just vanishes, and they get the confidence they need to hit that Book Now button. And this brings us right to Real Space Digital's solution, which they call the Digital Growth Stack. Now, this isn't just one tool. Think of it as a complete, interconnected system that's designed specifically to find that revenue leak and plug it for good. Let's pull back the curtain and see how this stack is built. It's got 4 main parts. First up, Event Venue 360. This is the piece that transforms your website from a flat brochure into that incredible immersive experience. Next, you have Tour to Booking, which connects that exploration directly to your calendar. Then there's the Always-On 360 AI, which works behind the scenes to nurture leads. And finally, you have digital staff avatars, which basically act as your 24/7 concierge. Every single piece is there to solve a specific problem along that customer journey. And this really gets to the core philosophy of what they're doing. Real Space Digital isn't just selling you a virtual tour or a standalone chatbot. No, they're building what they call a media system. It's a complete engine where every single part is engineered for one thing and one thing only: systematically turning curious visitors into paying customers. Okay, let's zoom in a bit on the intelligence layer of this whole stack, the AI parts. This is what really creates that tireless digital team that enhances the customer experience at every single step. The 2 big players here are the digital staff avatars. Think of them as your frontline greeters. And the always-on AI, which is the one handling the long-term conversations and nurturing those leads. So just imagine a potential client is exploring your virtual tour at, 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. They have a really important, high-intent question like this one. In the old model, what would they do? They'd have to shoot off an email and just wait. But with this system, your AI digital staff just pops up and answers that question instantly, right there inside the virtual tour. It delivers the exact info they need at the exact moment their interest is highest. It's basically the perfect sales assistant that never, ever sleeps. But what if they're not quite ready to book that night? Well, that's when the always-on AI takes the baton. The same intelligence that answered their question now follows up in a smart way, continuing the conversation with relevant info. It keeps that lead warm until they are ready, making sure no opportunity ever goes cold. So you can see, when you put all of these pieces together, you get this seamless, predictable path that takes someone from just being a little curious all the way to becoming a paying customer. The system guides every single potential customer through this really simple but powerful 4-stage journey. They discover you online, they explore your space in an immersive way, They engage with your AI staff, and all of that naturally leads right to conversion. It's a complete chain with no weak links. Now, all this sounds great in theory, but the big question is, does it actually work in the real world? Let's take a look at a real-life example that shows you exactly what the outcome can be. For this client, a boutique venue, this system generated 3 huge event bookings. We're talking 2 weddings and a bridal shower. I mean, think about that. These aren't small sales. These are high-value conversions that might have been lost to hesitation before. Now, they're captured directly through this immersive digital experience. And here's the real kicker. Those 3 bookings, they paid for the entire system in just 6 weeks. 6. That's a full return on their investment in less than 2 months. This isn't just some small improvement. It's a fundamental change in how fast a business can see real results from its online presence. Which brings us to the final and maybe most important takeaway. The whole thinking behind the RealSpace digital stack really represents a whole new philosophy, a major shift away from what we think of as traditional marketing. And they're super clear on this point. This isn't about just adding another marketing tool to your budget or chasing vanity metrics like clicks and views. Nope, it's about building a core business asset. Instead, they build conversion systems. Every single element, every piece of AI, every pixel is engineered with one end goal in mind: turning that online curiosity into actual, tangible, profitable business. It's such a powerful and clarifying mission. So the final question is really for anyone out there with a physical business. What if your biggest opportunity for growth isn't about getting more website traffic, but about finally and effectively converting the traffic you already have?